Kia ora! Merry Christmas, everyone. Hope you're having a super fantastic, sparkling start to Christmas Day. It has been an amazing start here already. Let's see. But first of all, last night we got to watch the Christmas candle. We had a double feature last night. We saw sorry, it's an awesome start today. We watched the Christmas Candle last night, which is the story of kind of got a little wrong on the when I was talking about them before. So I am actually going to read you the synopsis of the Christmas Candle, and this is based on a book written by Max Lucado, and it's basically it's set in England in the 1890s, and it's a pastor who suffered a personal loss accepts a position in a town that believes in a Christmas miracle candle, which he strives to abolish. And it's every 25 years, one of the candles will get, Gladberry is the name of the town. It's a young minister brings electricity to an English village during the 1890s, threatening a local tradition involving a candle capable of delivering Christmas miracles. According to local legend, an angel visits the quaint hamlet of Gladberry every 25 years, touching a candle produced by the local candle maker and giving one lucky family a Christmas miracle. The year is 1890, and Christmas approaches, youthful minister David Richmond arrives in Gladberry, convinced that the locals will embrace the convenience of electricity. Candlemaker sees electricity as a direct threat to his livelihood, and plots to ensure that the legend is preserved. When the one blessed candle disappears, however, the citizens of this quaint hamlet have a Christmas like none ever before. It is a fantastic story. If you remember back to Britain's Got Talent one year too, they also had Susan Boyle, who went through and ended up winning. You get to see her in this. She plays the wife of one of the parishioners, and you get to hear her singing. I love hearing her sing. It's just amazing, and you get to hear her singing throughout the movie as well. But it's a great movie with a huge, huge message. There's great actors in there. It's one of those ones that there were several times I had a good cry during the thing because it's just such a beautiful message, and how it was delivered and the miracles that happened even when people didn't have the Christmas candle. So it was just it was an amazing, amazing film, and I just absolutely loved that film. I saw it for the first time last year. It is now on my required watching list for Christmas Eve. And then the second movie we watched was Santa and Pete. Now, this movie came out in 1999. I have never heard of it before last year. Saw it for the first time last year. It has James Earl Jones in it, and he plays the grandfather. And the story behind this, it's the first Christmas without Grandma and a difficult time for the family until Grandpa decides to share a story with his 10-year-old grandson, Terrence, and it's the story of Santa and Pete, that is a tale that has been handed down for generations. And the story of Santa and Pete, Santa is St. Nicholas, so it's the story of St. Nicholas, how he ends up meeting Pete and how him and Pete become traveling companions, and then how things, and as they're traveling, things change. Like somebody gives him the red coat with the white fur around it. Somebody else ends up giving him a Santa hat. They're doing all this riding on horses, and they're now in. They actually would go down into Spain and then back up into the Netherlands, and so he would do this route every year. And he had this book of life that he would travel with him that had names of people that he wanted to check up on each year. And he ends up getting put into prison, and he meets Pete there. And Pete is not really a prison guard, but he goes around and he feeds the prisoners. And him and Saint Nick and Pete end up talking, and Pete helps Saint Nick escape, and then their adventures begin. And they end up going to the New World, coming to the New Amsterdam, which at that time was New York, and the adventures that they have while they're there, and how at that point they start calling him Santa anyway. They started calling him Santa. And it's about how he becomes the guy in the red suit with the sleigh. So it's all about how that all happens, and how he gets how he ends up with reindeer, and how the reindeer get named, and it's just a really really cool Christmas story, and I loved it. It was good. I've watched it for the first, and like I said, it's been out since 1999. I had never heard of it before, so this movie's 20 years old, and it was the first time I'd ever seen it. So that was last Christmas, and so I got to watch it again last night, and it was a great great movie. So I got to watch two good movies last night. Then this morning woke up as normal because I forgot to turn the alarms off. But we also had a play date this morning between 8 and 8:30 over in the dog park, where Zeffie got to play with Flower. They played for a good 30 minutes. I mean, they rough and tumble for a good 30 minutes. They were running up and down the park. They were wrestling. They were rolling around in the dirt. Zeffie got a good brush out when she got back, and she actually let me do it this time, and she didn't flinch when I actually pulled the comb out instead of the brush. And she didn't flinch when I pulled the comb out or tried to get away. She just sat there very quietly, allowed me to comb her, and so that was good. So we got a lot of dirt and dust off her this morning just from combing her. And then she, instead of doing her Zooms, she went to her food bowl, ate, had a big drink of water, and then went back to bed. Meanwhile, I got on a Zoom with the people that I usually meet with Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Mountain Time, and we had a great chatting session. But during that time, my phone rang, and I was sort of like, oh, and they were just having a general conversation about things. So I ended up putting myself on mute and on taking the camera off because I co-host a thing where I just allow the participants in because they have a waiting room system. So I do that so the host doesn't have to. And then my phone started to ring, and I looked at the number, and I knew it was somebody from my favorite author's team calling me for my Christmas call because I'd signed up for my Christmas call. And so I put myself on mute, turned the camera off, and had this great conversation with Glenda, who she lives in North Carolina, and she's just such a wonderful, wonderful person, a great part of a very instrumental part of the team that Carlos Cooper has. C.G. Cooper is the name of the author, and he has this great team of people that are beta readers that help him organize different things and all that. And she's one of she's had Carlos into her classroom a few times to talk about writing and books and about his children's books that he has, and she's just an amazing person. So she was giving me the call this morning so that I didn't get to spend Christmas alone. But I've had that. I've had my phone's been buzzing with text messages and Facebook messages to people checking in and with me and everything else. So it's been a very blessed start to the day so far. It's only going to get better. I'm now going to go and have some breakfast. What time is it? It's almost 10:30 in the morning. I still have not had breakfast. But, it's Christmas Day. I've got the day off. I'm not doing any work today. This and this evening will be the only times that you see me on Facebook. I will not be on Facebook at all today, apart from this live and my evening live. And I did post a wall post earlier today, but I'm not even going to go look at the responses to that or look at anybody else's posts. I'm unplugging today, and except for at 12 noon when I have to get on because Carlos is doing his readers Zoom, where all of his readers get together. So I'm looking forward to that and spending some time with those people because there's some great people in there that have become very dear friends. And so I'm looking forward to that and talking with family today. And I'm just going to be grazing throughout the day. So I've got food set up to do that are snack type foods. And then I can just go and graze throughout the day. So I'm not actually going to sit down and have a meal, just walk past the fridge. I'll grab something to eat out of there and just eat it. Go sit down and read and not having to make up. I might make up a snack plate later on for when I go and sit down and read. So I'm going to read. What am I reading today? Oh, it's one of the two books. It's The Man from Belarus I'm reading today. It's one of two of Carlos's books that I have to read, that I have in my Kindle to read, but I haven't read them yet because I haven't had a day off to read them. So I'm going to read one today, and I'm probably going to do the other one on Sunday. So I would like to take this opportunity to wish everybody a super fantastic, sparkling, very Merry Christmas. May it be full of fun and love and laughter. And I know that there are families that are separated this year because of the global pause that is going on, but that's okay. There's always Zooms that you can get on. There's phone calls you can make. I know it's not the same as being in person with somebody, but you can still connect with family during this time. And maybe, some Christmas traditions can still be held up. Some might get changed because of the circumstances that you're in, but that's okay. It's one thing that's permanent in life is change. The other two are death and taxes. So, you've got three permanents in life: death, taxes, and change. So, however you want to do it. But have a super fantastic sparkling day. And from Zephy and I would like to say thank you very much for watching us over the last 300, what are we up to? 513 days. We appreciate you guys tuning in and watching us, whether it's when we're live or whether it's watching the replay later on. We just want to know that we are very blessed, and wish you very many blessings for this holiday season as well as into the new year as well. And we will catch you guys later today. Probably going to watch some more Christmas movies today. Haven't decided. I was going to do a Die Hard trilogy, but I started with Die Hard 1 2 nights ago. So maybe I'll watch Die Hard 2 tonight. And since I still haven't found my Santa Claus CD, I might go watch Santa Claus 2. And Jingle All the Way. And what other Christmas ones have I got? The Christmas Child. I think that's the other Christmas one I have. But I'm going to watch some Christmas movies today. So have a super fantastic, sparkling, very blessed Christmas day, and we will catch you guys later this evening. Hei konera!